We're a fairly major provider in the workers' compensation investigations area. We have both a factual investigation practice and a surveillance practice. Those two services are the key investigation services used in workers' compensation. The factual practice is there to gather the facts as to when an incident occurs and obtain statements from claimants or witnesses and prepare a factual report so that the insurer and the legal providers can make decisions on liability and how to proceed with the claim. And the surveillance side of things is really there to either detect fraud in terms of a workers' comp investigation, or to assist the claims managers to get factual information as to the disabilities of the claimant. Really, at the end of the day, it really starts with an understanding of where the claim is at in its life cycle, so that the information we as investigators get from the insurers and the claims agents is an integral part of all of that. They do an initial assessment as to whether they believe the claimant is potentially fraudulent. What we then do is gather the facts in order to get the evidence as to whether the matter is of a fraudulent nature. So if there's a tip-off that the person may be working somewhere and they're actually on benefits at the same time, our role is to get the video evidence and the factual evidence that the person's actually undertaking a fraudulent claim in that regard. So that they can then use that evidence either to discontinue those benefits or perhaps take it to prosecution down the track. I think that the key challenge in the first place is that you really need to come up with a list of fraud indicators because you're dealing with thousands and thousands of claims. So from the claims agent's point of view, what they're trying to do is manage all those claims in order to comply with the legislation. But at the same time, we all know there's a percentage of claims that are fraudulent. So in order to manage that effectively, what you need to do is have a list of indicators that point you towards being a potentially fraudulent claim, and then to be able to focus those claims to a point where you believe it should be investigated. So the first challenge is to take the massive number of claims and get them to a point where you're actually targeting the specific claims that require some extensive investigations.